So if it only takes $120 per week for you to be able to have $1 million in the bank, almost all of it tax-free 30 years from now, where can you find an extra $120? Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
So my first recommendation for you is to find ways that you could cut expenses from your budget so you don't need to work more. You can simply take what you're already earning and invest it and be able to be set for retirement. But if you feel like there isn't any more and you need to earn more money so that you know you can be set for your future, here's what I recommend. Here are 10 different job ideas for you to be able to be set for your future. Number 1, Instacart. This grew tremendously under COVID, and I think it's here to stay. People picking up their groceries. The average Instacart worker makes around $18 an hour where I live. That would mean you need to work around 6 hours per week in order to get $120 per week, then you'd be set. Number 2, one you might not have thought of before, is walking people's dogs for them. This one is great because you get paid to stay healthy and do something that might be really enjoyable for you as well. Third idea is Uber, DoorDash, or Postmates delivery driver. The average DoorDash driver where I live in a small market of Rochester, New York, makes $19.48 an hour. That means after about 6 hours worth of work, you would have $120. You invest that money, you are set. Number 4 is a waiter or a waitress. Average person makes about $120 per night. Obviously a large variance based on the place that you are working, but a great way to be able to make some extra cash. Number 5, rent a room in your house on AIRBNB. Again, in a small market like a suburb of Rochester, New York, my friend is currently renting out his room for $100 per night. Number 6, manage social media for a small business. Think about this. How much time do you mindlessly scroll through Instagram, Facebook, all your social media? The average person spends 2 to 3 hours per day on social. Let's say you took that amount of time and you cut it in half. You spent an hour and a half per day working for somebody. That's 10 hours a week. At the end of a year, you would have over $10,000 accumulated. Number 7, teach an online course through something like Udemy or Teachable. You can make the course one time, and every time somebody purchases the same product you have made, you get paid. Number 8, babysit can be another great way to make money, maybe even offering after-school care. Number 9, clean houses. Think about this. If you could get 2 clients to pay you $100 every other week, that would be $400 per month in your pocket. That's an extra $4,800 per year that you didn't have before. Number 10, a virtual assistant. This has been booming as of late, and the average pay starting is around $20 per hour. You get a virtual assistant job. It can be really flexible. You work 6 hours in a week, you've got $120 coming in, you take that, you invest it, 30 years later, you've got over $1 million in the bank. And I'll give you one bonus one, number 11, a virtual or in-person tutor. For an in-person gig, you might want to reach out to your local school. What's great about teaching online through a site like Wyzant or something like that is you can actually use whatever skills you have to teach whoever you want around the whole globe. If you work 4 hours per week and you're getting paid $30 per hour, that's $120 a week. Again, you have $1 million in the bank 30 years from today. If all of these options overwhelm you, I would encourage you just pick one of these jobs. If you can take a little bit of money, invest it over the course of time, you won't just be living paycheck to paycheck and not have a plan for your future. Instead, you'll be in a place where you will have $1 million ready for you. If you're curious how I'm coming up with this $1 million marker, you can watch my previous video to find out how. If you think that one of these 10 plus jobs would help somebody that you know, would you do me a favor and pass it along to them? Let's get better together. Thank you for listening. Let's talk about it.